Ooh, ooh, big fish-ish. Y'all know what it is. All right, so we're going to get into an exciting topic for today, one that you all are going to get involved with as well. Excuse me. We're going to talk about our OG Declaration. All right, our OG Declaration. And what exactly is our Declaration? Our OG Declaration, said it like 4 or 5 times, like Dr. Umar. Dr. Umar says you got to repeat it 3, 4 times for them to. All right. So our OG Declaration is what's going to take us from where we are to accomplishing all of our goals, all of our dreams, living it out in reality. All right. Taking advantage of all these opportunities that are going to take us from where we are now to where we want to get to. So, before we get into that, I got to ask y'all a couple questions. For one, it's April, so, let's take a look at those New Year's resolutions that we all set for around, the end of December, beginning of January. May have changed them, somewhere in January. Are we staying on top of that? Are we aligned with accomplishing everything that we put in our New Year's resolutions? And let's take it a step back. Last year, did we accomplish everything that we said we would in our New Year's resolution? I'm going to go out on a limb and say that for probably 99% of us, myself included, we didn't accomplish 100% of what we said we would. So how did we get there? All right. How do we give ourselves the best possible chance to accomplish our goals and to get to where we want to get to in life? So this concept, the OG Declaration, it is by no means foundationally an OG product. It's not my product, but it's a combination of, through learning and the last couple books that I've been reading, just kind of put together my thoughts on it and wanted to relay it to y'all, put a little OG twist on it. But it's going back to this book right here, Think and Grow Rich. And this book got me thinking differently. And I've talked to you guys before about it. But the main thing why this book has impacted me is because I'm reminded about the book every morning and every night. Now, why am I reminded about the book every morning and every night? Is because I created my OG Declaration based on the book, based on the instructions that were given in the book, and based on the validation of how successful this particular process can and will be for all of us. So, the OG Declaration, it's going to focus on being extremely specific and extremely accountable. So, I'm going to read y'all. I wrote down some simple stuff. This is where you take out your pen and paper. Take out your pen and paper because this is going to be very specific as far as the things that we need to do to take that first step in accomplishing our goals. So I'm going to read them to you. And when I say a OG Declaration, let me actually give a little bit more context. It's a declaration. It's me manifesting everything that I want and know will happen. How do I know it will happen? Because I trust that if I put this energy out, if I believe it, if I have the desire that backs it with action, if I'm willing to sacrifice, be disciplined, do all these things, there's going to be opportunities that are going to open up for me that align with me accomplishing my goals. And based on the things that I just, repeated to y'all, desire, dedication, discipline, all these different things, sacrifice, I know that I'm willing to take 100% advantage of all those opportunities. Very simple, right? Simple, not easy. But we go for simplicity. We don't worry about easy or hard. If it was easy, then everybody would do it. So, the OG Declaration, and I say I got it from the book, but as I was reading the book, and I touched on this before in the video, I think on our live, as I was reading it, I realized that, it was something that I had done my entire life with writing the goals down, but this added another component as far as me actually speaking it and memorizing something so it would speak to my brain. And when it speaks to my brain, it gives me the energy and it gives my brain, gets on the path of accomplishing something because I believe it. So my brain's going to adjust and now provide opportunities based on the universe and the energy that I'm putting out that are going to get me to accomplish everything it is that I'm declaring I will accomplish. So this is how you're going to break down your declaration. Like I said, hopefully you already have your piece of paper out and pen, writing it down. Obviously, we always talk about how writing it down is going to get you, it's going to increase your chances of whatever it is you want to accomplish. What did we say? It was 43%. It's either 42, 43%. All right. So how we're going to break down our OG declaration. And once again, I have to shout out Napoleon Hill and the Think and Grow Rich book. This is my takeaway, from I read the book, combining with what I've been doing my entire life. And I figured out, exactly how my declaration would be composed. So first, we're going to say this the first thing in the morning and the last thing at night. So we're saying it first thing in the morning, so it's on top of mind, setting the tone for the day. At night, right before bed, I want it to be the last thing that I hear, last thing that I say. All right? I don't even want to hear music lyrics. I was the other day when I said my declaration, I immediately, I wanted to hear some music afterwards, so I just put on just some like sauna music, just put on instrumentals. This is going to be the last thing that you want to hear and say at the end of the night. So state specifically what your goal is, very simple, when you will accomplish it, down to the exact time and day of the week it will be. All right. The day of the week, that's something that I just added. So that's something that I'm adding to mine tonight, just based on the day of the week, because I want it to be very specific. I want my brain to go into that space, to travel into the future, put myself in that space on that exact day. What's it going to feel like? What's it going to be like? Oh, it's going to be on the weekend. Maybe we grab a drink, to celebrate all these different things. You got to really believe it. So once again, state specifically what your goal is. All right. What is your goal? When you will accomplish it, down to the time and the day of the week. All right, let me get this turned back on. All right. So the next step, even though you may not have the exact plan right now of how you will obtain your goal, what vehicle do you want to get there? So for example, my goal is based on how much money I want to have in my account by a certain day. I may not know the exact plan to have the money in my account by now. I may not know the exact plan right now. However, I can be very specific in saying that I want the money to come. The money's going to come based on the services that I provide, the value that I bring to people, whether it's through consultancy or other areas of value through the various services that I would be providing to them. That's how it is. And then you can also embrace the fact that because you don't already have the plan, you don't have the plan, but you trust and know that when the plan presents itself in your mind, that you will have everything that it takes to carry it out in real life. So the next thing that I focus on is, and let me actually, when we talk about carrying out in real life, tell yourself, actually write this in the plan. Tell yourself, in mine, I say, like, I'm excited for the plan to come to fruition in my mind, and I'm looking forward to taking advantage of every opportunity as I carry it out and execute the plan in real life. That's something, say it in your own words, but I'm very specific as far as with that. So who will be impacted and how will they be impacted? So for me, it was important I don't want negative money. I don't want it to come at the hands of destroying somebody else or doing something that violates my morals and my integrity. Not standing on that. So therefore, I put that in there. I said, in mine, it says, to all those that will be impacted by the unique value and services that I will be providing, they will have a very positive experience with me and a very positive experience based on the services and value that I'm bringing to the table. So I want everybody involved to have a positive experience. All right. That's important for me. Maybe something else is important for y'all, but be very specific. So next is, what will it feel like? What will it look like? In mine, I'm telling you. So mine, when I say what is it going to look like, we're talking about the senses. I want us to envision exactly what it's going to look like. What's it going to feel like? Mine is money in my hand. Like, is it going to be cash? Is it going to be a check? Is it going to be just me swiping up on my bank statement or my bank account and just seeing? How is it going to feel? I want to know. It may be all of them. I may see it on the bank statement, asking for a check, deposit that, take out the cash just to feel it, and then put it right back in. I don't know. But what is it going to feel like? And for me, I even took it a step further. As I'm saying mine, I talk about what it's going to smell like. I say I can see them. I can see the money. I can feel the money. I can smell the money. And I take a deep breath in of what it's going to smell like. And it may not just be what the exact money's going to smell like, but it just may be like what the room's going to smell like. It may be the Baccarat candles, you know what I mean? Like, it could be the I don't know. Whatever it is for you, that's what you got to envision. And see how excited I'm getting? That's how we should all be. Because think about it. We are heading to accomplishing an amazing dream and amazing goals. So why not be excited about it? Why not be positive? And the more positive energy that we're putting out, with it, it's going to align us with accomplishing everything it is that we're stating. So what's the next one? For me, this is a big one for me. How will your loved ones be impacted? So in mine, I envision, I feel, I experience vividly all of those senses of not only how it's going to feel for me, but imagining what it's going to feel like for my loved ones. What it's going to feel like for my mom and dad, what it's going to feel like for Justin and Fran, what it's going to feel like for Maya. I need my people to feel every bit, and I need to feel every bit of what they're going to feel, because that's going to, for me, I can't tell you what it's going to do for you, but for me, when I'm that specific, thinking about how it's going to impact them, that's all the motivation or inspiration, whatever you want to call it, that I need. That's all I need. When I know that my team is good, my tribe is good, my village is solid, and all I got to do is A, B, and C, execute, that's easy. Consider it done. That's why this is already done, all these things. So that's just how I look at it. And for me, how I seal mine, you could seal yours however you want to seal it. You could seal it with an amen, inshallah. You could seal it with whatever you want to seal it with. Me, I seal it with an ew. Because I know, like, ew. Like, once I hit that ew, that's the stamp for me. So what's going to be your stamp? You kind of create that for yourself. But I want us to take our OG Declaration very seriously. Make sure that we're repeating it every night, every morning, thinking about it throughout the day. And I promise you, opportunities will come your way, but it's just on us to act on those opportunities and to take full advantage of them. All right? We're all about maximizing our potential. Let's maximize these opportunities. To maximize our potential, we got to take full advantage. We got to execute the plan. We got to welcome the plan. We got to know what's coming our way. And we got to know what we're willing to work for. So, like I said, it's going to be a mixture of very specific goals, like very specific steps, or very specific as far as how we're designing and structuring our goal on paper and then saying it out loud. And then the accountability aspect. And as we're repeating this, I'm just telling you from experience. I repeated mine, for about a week straight. And then I left my paper in Jersey. And as soon as I got back here, I just realized, like, I already had it memorized. Like, it was already in my memory. So therefore, I was good to go. And that gave me, and now I started like speaking to it like you could hear it in my voice, the more confident that I was. Like, oh, I'm not just reading off a paper. Like, yeah, I know this. I'll state it right now for y'all so y'all know. Nah. But everybody, please take this seriously because it's like I said, this is something that I've been doing that has helped me in a lot of ways, but I didn't execute it as flawlessly as this or as dedicated as I should have. But it was just more so me having goals in my room, me having different inspirations in my room. So therefore, I wrote it above my bed, but therefore you could just see it every morning and see it at night. But speaking it, writing it down, all these things, that's going to take it to the next level. So I'm excited for all of us because we got some amazing things coming our way, and we're going to be putting out that amazing energy. And just think, we talked about compounding, right? We want to compound. Just think about, instead of compounding interest, this compounding energy, what it's going to be if you do this. Okay, now that's two of us, right? But now what if your circle does it? Right? What if everybody in your circle's doing it? Imagine how powerful that's going to be. Your frequency is just going to be on a whole nother level. All right. Opportunities are just going to come your way. That's when you're going to start saying like, yo, that's crazy. Don't say that because it's not crazy. It's not wild. It's alignment. It's supposed to happen. Expect it to come your way. Expect it to come your team's way. All right. So with that, over and out, onward and upward. I'll see y'all soon. Ew.